We are here at the Hard Rock Hollywood down in Miami, Florida, getting ready for the July, the hottest month with some of the hottest cars so far. I mean, we are just kicking off. We've got hypercars, Group B rally cars, everything. How are you guys feeling about today?
I think today is hot.
It is hot.
It's hot.
Hot cars, hot girls, hot outside. But no, I just
Hot
want to
outside.
appreciate everybody for coming out today at the Seminole Hard Rock Casino. Today we're from 8 to 11. Like, thank you guys for coming out. August, we're 8 to 11 too. Also, before we start, I want to tell everybody, Exotics at Daniel Point, we're open for registration, so register your car, and appreciate everybody for coming out.
Thank you.
And guess what? Like always, we don't disappoint. 500 plus cars today. If you don't come here, man, you're missing. And look at this. I even brought the Stars and Stripes just so that we can basically say hello to our country.
Perfect for July. Come check it out with us.
Perfect.
Behind me is a first generation 4GT, but it's not just any first generation 4GT. This is a world record breaker and it's completely street legal. It tops out at what, 310.8 miles per hour?
Yes, ma'am.
So how do you go about achieving a speed like that while maintaining a street legal vehicle?
I bought the car brand new. I started working on it within 2 weeks of owning it. The car's set numerous world records. And a lot of time and trial and error to have AC, license tag, insurance. Took all my kids to school in it over the years. You know, it's a great car. I drive it all the time. And I'm going to probably try and hit 320, 325. 1.46 billion registered cars in the world. This is the fastest one.
Wow.
Faster than Koenigsegg, Bugatti, Hennessy, you name it. This car outruns them all.
How, if you don't mind me asking and divulging a little bit of your secrets, how do you get to 310?
That particular run, I was only around 2,100 horsepower to the rear wheel. The next time we run it, we just turn the boost up. It'll make just around 3,000. But a lot of aerodynamics, setting the car up right. Plus, I run the runway up at Kennedy Space Center, Johnny Bummer Proving Grounds.
That's actually where I live.
Okay.
Right up by the Space Center.
Yeah, we do the runway up there.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of, I mean, it's a little bit unfair, but I get a lot of practice, to set the car up. So it takes a long time to get one to go fast. Not make too much downforce, but not make any up force, because if you go up, you're in trouble at that speed. Yeah.
So why build the world's fastest street legal car?
When I bought it, my kids said make it the fastest car in the world. So funny enough, in 2010, this was the first car to go 250 miles an hour. It went 252 in the standing mile. So I started setting records with it back then. I won a lot of races with it, and I just thought it'd be fun to do.
Yeah, so it just kept pushing you to push harder and further.
Yes, it did, yeah. You know a lot about cars, I see, so.
I worked on the 4GT for a while.
Yeah.
But, so has anyone come close to beating your record yet?
No, the only car that's come close, Bugatti, who is one of my good customers up at the runway, they had a car that went 304, but it took 7 miles. So it took me a little over a mile and a half, but again, it was more of a test run. Next time out, we should be in the 320 range. That's what we're shooting for, 320, 325, and just past the mile from a standing start.
Okay.
Yeah.
My new biggest thing that I've been stressing to people is it's not just the amount of time it takes your car to get to speed, but also the amount of time to stop, because I feel like a lot of new enthusiasts these days get in their cars and they drive faster than their brakes can stop.
Oh,
So
you're right on the money, yeah.
how long does it take to get your car to stop from 310?
Well, funny enough, if you watch the video, the QR code's right there. I went a little bit further than I should just because I saw the 300 and I was climbing, but I have a parachute. So I skidded 1,120 feet. If you watch the video, that whole time I'm skidding, all tires locked up with the chute.
That's scary.
Yeah. Oh, it was fun. It was a good ride. And then you got a canal and a fence, so canal full of gators. So I was like, yeah, I probably should stop now. But
It's probably
it doesn't
fine.
have the big carbon fiber brakes because I roast the brakes at that speed. So those are like Coleman brakes, they're good brakes, and we run them 4 or 5 times for $150 a rotor. We just take them out and put new ones in.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's
if
it.
it gets you to stop in a safe distance.
It does. I've stopped at 292 with no parachute. When I did that record, when I was with Gas Monkey Garage, they filmed the car, and the chute broke at 292 when I pulled it, and I had to stop. And they say it's the fastest any car stopped without a chute.
Wow.
But it took a while, and all the rotors cracked, and all the calipers caught on fire. Yeah, it was like, okay, am I going to stop? But it finally stopped.
I think that's actually my biggest nightmare I had since I started driving was losing my brakes. It's only happened to me one time, but that nowhere near 200 plus miles an hour.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you're very smart to. It's easy to go fast. It's much harder to stop.
Yeah, that's what we need to get, young enthusiasts. I mean, I feel like now more than ever, it's so easy to hit those 1,000+ horsepower numbers, and people aren't as focused on stopping or control.
Over 1,000 horsepower, almost effortlessly. Plus, they put nitrous on it, and then they pull off. And I found in life that everybody can put their foot down because I train people to drive. I just had. I drive from multiple manufacturers. I test drive for all of them up at the runway. And also guys come out that have the real high-end exotics, and we teach them how to drive. I go 150, then 200 with them. I ride with them. And there's a lot to it. And unfortunately, you can just go buy a car that goes 250 nowadays, and you don't even have to know how to drive. And that's when you get in trouble.
Don't need a special driver's license, don't need any type of training. You know, cars like that, like the Dodge Viper, when you used to buy a Dodge Viper, they used to come with a training course to it. Now you can go out and buy 6, 7, 800 horsepower cars, and they're like, here's your car, hope you can drive it, and that's it.
Absolutely. Depth perception's different. You get into a bit of tunnel vision, and people misjudge how far something away is, and that's where they get into trouble. So.
I feel like a lot of people also don't know their cars well enough to know how their car is going to behave at different speeds, how it's going to brake, and...
Yeah, that's true. This car's been over 280 about 130 times with me driving it. I drive it. I've been driving it since day one, so I got a lot of seat time. Again, it's a little bit of an unfair advantage to a lot of other teams, but I take advantage of what I got. So, yeah.
You can do. Do you mind if we take a look inside?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.